1 year later.
Oh my God, everyone.
Yeah.
We just dipped. You want to tell people why you dipped?
Why I dipped? Why did you dip?
Make sure you tell the truth.
I didn't dip. Why did you dip? I've been riding. I've been around.
Shit except on fucking main slump, hanging up the rim like it's fucking game time. Docking on this rhythm cause this motherfucker ain't
look. I threw it 30 and the kill ticket got hang time. They toss I'm hunting around the way to try and blame mine. You know I'm really
All right. So why did you dip?
So we do owe an explanation. I owe an explanation for sure. I had a lot going on, within my mental health, and just majority of it was my mental health, and I was feeling really defeated and not really myself. And I felt like if I couldn't give my best to anything, I felt like I didn't need to do nothing. And in hindsight, looking at it, it was very unrealistic, and especially not fair to my partner, because I was kind of one month I was yeah, we good. Next month I was no, we not. I was self-sabotaging myself as well as everything around me, and that's not okay. So yeah, I took a major step back, and just I had to get my shit together all the way. And I'm happy to say with all the help, the tribe, the therapy, everyone in my corner, God, of course, I am in a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say better. I want to say something better than better.
I'm in a magnificent
space.
Yeah, I'm in an extremely peaceful.
Yeah. Extremely peaceful.
Space.
I don't need, well, I want to say magical. That sounds dumb.
Magical? You're in a magical?
I'm in a great. That sounds dumb. I'm in a whatever words you can think of that describes great, good, excellent. I'm in that space.
Can I be honest though?
What?
You
just cut me off.
Okay. You just said what?
You lose my train of thought.
You're in a magical, magnificent, peaceful place. That's where you left off.
God put me in spaces where it was I didn't have a choice but to fight. It wasn't no, it was you gotta get up and go. You gotta get up. You already been here before, let's go. We don't got time for you to sit there and complain and cry. No, let's go. I built you for this. You've been through this already. You know how this go. Let's go. So this was a whole what am I looking for? A whole experience of clarity.
It's awakening.
Kind of, yeah. Clarity. Everything was just so clear. And leaning on God was the best thing that I could ever did. You can run only for so long until he sit your ass down. And yeah, I am a whole lot better for myself, for everyone around me. I'm not perfect though. I'm still working on shit, obviously.
Nobody's perfect.
And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Okay, so what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that I don't know, it's a little bit, I don't want to say triggering, but when you say that you're in a great place, it's these days I don't even know how to take it. Because we've recorded so many times where you said that same exact thing, but you weren't.
And I was a hot ass mess.
But I didn't know at that time. I was okay, yeah, she's in a great place, but I'm not. But it's then months later, then it would come out or whatever that you were not.
I think the ride that I'm into right now is with my kid, which is, teenage shit. But as far as for myself, no.
Okay.
I think the last time I cried was yesterday, Friday. And I was a release man. It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I don't. No.
We love that for you.
Mm-mm.
Mental health is so
very important. Very important. Speaking up when you're going through stuff is very important too. And finding a trust system and support system is very important as well, because you can't go through it alone. I don't care what
everybody
nobody
needs
says.
somebody. Yeah.
You cannot go through it alone.
Or at least try. It's not fair to just not try to open up and give people the opportunity to be there for you. Because some people be I've talked to a lot of people that are not really with therapy, and they're why bring something up? Nobody's gonna carry it up. It's at least bring it up and give the person the opportunity, or give people the opportunity to be there for you. If they don't, then, you're speaking from your experience, cool. But if you never even tried to speak up about what you're going through to the people that you love and, that you trust, then how do you know things are not
Oh my God,
gonna
you know what I just noticed? Like when we're sitting on the bed, I'm used to sitting that way and you sit this way because when I turn to you this way. Turn to you this way, it feels awkward. Can you switch?
I kind of like this side
I
better.
really don't like this side.
Okay, sure.
All right, so tell them what you went up to. Tell them if you know, how you was feeling during the break, what was going on.
So during the break, we went through a break ourselves. We weren't really talking. I ended up going to EMT school. I myself was like dealing with a lot. It's so funny the way that I went into EMT school. It's like random. I was basically looking for resources to help myself, just again about mental health. I landed on EMT school because I was looking for resources after experiencing the most traumatic thing ever. I wasn't sleeping and whatever. So it's like after a while when you're not sleeping, you start to hallucinate.
Very much so.
And you really start to feel like you're going crazy. So I went to HCTC on Main Street. Shout out to them. They have a bunch of different resources in there. Mothers United Against Violence is also in there. I know some people may know from Hartford. That's a supporting agency, for parents and people, family members, loved ones that have lost a family member or someone close. So I went there and I was looking for resources, like a program or whatever, because I wanted to get back into writing and I wanted to get back into myself because I wasn't myself. So they ended up telling me that they had some programs, free, paid internships to go to school for different things, and EMT was one of them. And I was like, I never really thought about doing it, but why not? This is a free certification, and that was the best certification that they had. I'm all for free education. So got into that, and I feel like I just poured my all into it, and it distracted me from the sadness and everything else. And I just had nothing else to think about but school, studying, midterms, all that stuff. So it did very good, but I'm not gonna lie, after running on 1,000 for so long, it catches up to you because you have to process your feelings and what you go through. You can't just run like a robot and operate like nothing ever happened. So, ended up catching up, but we take the proper precautions. That's the good thing about being emotionally aware. When you feel like yourself, you're going kind of downhill or you're spiraling or whatever, that's when you get the help that you need. So I go right to my therapist, I go right to my psychiatrist, I start my meds. I'm very open.
So you go to your what?
My therapist and my psychiatrist. I set my appointments.
I thought you said my psychiatrist.
No, psychiatrist and my therapist, and I make sure I'm on top of my things and my health. And we get back to it. Because you got to get back to it. So that's what I've been doing.
We're back to it. And I'm glad that you said that, when you were on 1,000, you don't even stop and process. That's where I was at too. Running on 1,000 until different things started coming up, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta take care of this, I gotta do that, and then it just became overly overwhelmed.
Feel overstimulated, and you get.
I'm always overstimulated.
It's so weird because, now after being in EMT school, you learn a lot about the brain and how trauma affects you and things like that, and it does alter the way that you process and think and react. So that's one thing a lot of people don't know. So it's you got to be kind to yourself, and that you got to be human with yourself. I've been through a lot of shit, or I'm not the way that I used to be. So I got to be a little bit more caring. I got to be a little bit more understanding of myself. I got to get a little more rest. I got to create boundaries. You got to alter the way that you are, because when you experience life, your life alters. So you got to alter how you deal with it.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Therapist tell you vibes. I think it's the jacket. The jacket makes me feel like I'm ready to
It makes you
be
feel
a
important.
therapist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to be a motivational speaker right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I should be on the stage. That's what
With that and that and that. Yeah, it gives.
This is your jacket.
Yes, I love
nice.
it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm happy for both of us that we're moving and grooving. Oh, and I want to say this, because somebody has said this to me before. I want to say that mental health don't have a look. Somebody was like, oh, I would have never thought, I'm a human being. I go through shit. I've been through shit.
I think it's so ignorant
Still
to say
going through
that.
shit.
Oh,
like,
you go to therapy? Why? What's wrong with you?
mental health does not have a look. Just like love doesn't have a look.
Just like what?
Love.
Love doesn't have a look. What
It
do you
does
mean?
not.
Elaborate. Love doesn't have a look. I feel like it does.
How?
It looks like genuine. It looks like unconditional support. It looks like a partner.
Like love is supposed to look a certain way.
I feel like
No.
not that it's supposed to, but love looks like that. Like unconditional support. It might be toxic. It might be but unconditional support. Like they're there. They're always gonna come through.
My thing, it doesn't have a look. Like there's different ways to it. Just like mental health doesn't have a look. It's different shit to that too. You got PTSD, you got anxiety, you got depression, you got bipolar disorder. Like it's different things that go into that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said they thought that I didn't have an issue in the world. Like because I look a certain way.
I hate when you say that.
Oh my God, no.
People are so judgmental.
Very much
And
so.
I get it, like, we're judgmental. We're all, by human nature, like, if you see someone and they're dressed in a bikini and it's winter, you're going to be judgmental. You're going to be like, what the fuck? You know, you're going to have judgments. But I feel like people are overly judgmental these days.
It's just like if I didn't know you and I seen you with, I don't know, somebody that I thought you would never be with. Like somebody that don't match you. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, oh, what did she see in him? And you could be like, my love don't have a look. Like I love who I love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right. Like that.
Oh, yeah. Like a physical look. Absolutely.
Right. Like I love him.
Right, because I don't have a type.
We know.
So, yeah, my love definitely doesn't have a look.
You know what I mean?
Tall, short, whatever you want to do.
You was at a midget?
I wouldn't say the midget, but I mean, I'm short. I'm barely 5'3". People think I'm mad tall. I don't know why. I'm barely 5'3", so
You're not
as
that
long as
short.
you,
I'm 5'5". You're not that short.
I am. I have scoliosis, so my spine is like crooked, so it's altering my height.
But you're not that short.
I am. I literally got. We pull it up. Do you have a measuring tape thing?
No. But I'm 5'5".
I'm like almost 5'3", because London is 5'3", and I'm like right underneath her.
So you're really 5'3", but your back is 5'2". Like your
my spine curvature.
There we go. You're getting a 5'2". Okay, cool.
Yeah, I got it's pretty
My
bad.
bad.
I gotta go get situated.
My bad.
Like you know how old people start shrinking
Yes.
because their back starts curving.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm kind of shrinking. So there's that. But fuck it, we bought.
So yeah, I'm very excited for you with your EMT certification and very excited to see where it can go.
Oh my gosh, but I gotta be honest though. So tell me why, because it was a 3-month accelerated program. I haven't been in school since high school. I'm 33, do the math. So, well, I went to cosmetology school, but that was for like a few months. Like I had, yeah, anyways. So medical school, I was going crazy. I literally learned, my book was this big. It was like 1,700 pages of knowledge, and I had to know it front and back. So 3 months, it was a roller coaster. Anybody that went to nursing school, anybody that things like that, you know, it brings you through hell. You cry, you don't sleep, you know, it's a whirlwind. So after that, I said I had to say, no thanks to Trump. He ended up pausing the federal funds, and we all got laid off. So we all got laid off, and that's why it was so ignorant when people were just like, oh, that's for immigrants and this and that, and that's for whatever, people that have been on Section 8 all their life. Like, you have no idea. It affects people that work their asses off, and I was getting a free education. I was trying to better myself. I'm not on Section 8, and even if you are on Section 8, but either way, I'm not a person that's content with being on any government assistance. So me being in a federally funded government program, it was just to better myself and my situation. So anyways, after 3 months, I finished up the 3 midterms. I passed all of them. I am very proud of myself because it was like 5 of us that started from HCTC, and I'm the only one that was able to graduate, finish. So it's not easy. Bust my ass. But after that, after the 3 midterms, guess what? You still have to do 5 proctor tests and a final national registry test.
Okay.
So when the federal funds got paused and we got laid off, I kind of just fell off like motivation. And at that point, I didn't even have a place that I was going to where I can go study with them and they can help me. So I was just on my own. So I kind of just stop studying.
Do you plan on moving forward with it?
Yeah, because I can always take the test. But right now I've been so focused on the content and like, you know, blogging, and I've been putting a lot of good stuff out there. So it's like I kind of just been maybe, you know, it's a redirection. Like I pray and things like that. I pray for guidance. So I just feel like I'm just going with the flow. Like I'm being more creative. So I'm just kind of going with that flow.
So if you go take the test and you land a job, it'll put you in a better position.
The only thing about that is that it's literally like you're the ambulance. So like shootouts, whatever, you already know what I've seen and what I've been through. So it's like, maybe that might not be the best thing to get into right now. So the fact that the federal funds, we all got laid off, all this stuff that happened, I've been praying, and it's like maybe this is all supposed to happen, and I need to just kind of focus on my craft and like, you know, working, do a massaging job, whatever, and kind of go from there.
So do you feel like you jumped into the program without thinking it full through? Like,
not so much because I knew what I was getting myself into, but it was more so it's a free program where they pay you. It's like a no-brainer. Like I'm gonna do it. Because even after, if I get my certification, I can get a different job. But I have that certification, and I do have my CPR certification, my shock certification, a bunch of things. So it's like it is still beneficial. But it was like a no-brainer because you're getting paid to study. So that was my thought process with that. It wasn't really so much about me being in the field, me being in the job. It was like I kind of cross that bridge when I get there. And right now we're there, and it's like things kind of shifted. So it's like I'm just going with the flow.
Okay. So this was I had a conversation with somebody about if your significant other was to go to jail, right? How long do you think you could wait for him? If he's looking at like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5, like what's the max that you can wait for him before you like, yeah, I'm out of here?
So I've waited like a year and some change, and it's not like I waited and whatever that I had to do. It was like I waited, and then things were just going bad in the relationship, and people get very like, they just get, things just go left sometimes in a relationship, period. So when you're in jail, it makes it even more difficult to work through those problems, and it kind of adds a layer of more problems. So, you know, kind of like we talk about things and you amicably split up. You don't just like dip, but yeah, I waited like a year and some.
So a year and some change will be a max.
If things are going great, I'll fuck around, do a 5-year bed.
What is great? Like what?
Like,
because mind you,
sometimes people in jail still make shit happen. Been there. So they still come through, they still are thoughtful, and it's not like you have to do that, but that's so nice for someone that's doing things on their own. Like I've had someone send me flowers on a random day and like a birthday gift and whatever, like they're in jail. Like there's people that are out here that don't do that. So things like that is like, you can work through it. You can work through a lot of the things. So I can't say how long I'd wait, but if things were like that and I had a partner where we both were in it together and it was a healthy relationship, I'll fuck around and wait.
So you'll wait, like no side, no.
Nah.
Okay.
And if it gets like to a point where it's like, oh, I get so, you know, pleasure or whatever, I'll have that conversation. I'm not gonna, I don't want nobody to shit on me. So I'm never gonna shit on somebody. I'll let you know whatever the case is. And if you're open to having a relationship or whatever the case, whatever we decide, cool.
I was not expecting you to say that.
Why?
I thought you would have been like, yeah, I probably could do a year, and then I gotta like get like, I need to feel like an actual human being. I need to feel, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to press one.
That's true.
I don't want to do phone calls.
But context is different though, because what if you got married? And then you can have conjugal visits. And then it's like, it just, you know, things are just, it depends. Because you can kind of make certain things work. Because it's not forever. If you're doing life, then I'm not doing life. I'm not, let's start there.
Nobody will ever do life. Why in the fuck would you do life? No shade. Anybody doing life, that's cool. It's not in me to do life. I mean, we could be, you know.
20 years not doing it. Not doing.
I wouldn't be emotionally invested. Like you can still
I'm
call
gonna be real with
me.
you. I'm gonna be so ferocious.
You can still call me. You know, I pick up the phone,
course,
whatever,
yeah.
but I'm not being emotionally
Been there,
invested.
done that. You know that. Real bitch.
So
15 years.
yeah. The person I was talking to, she was like, I'm not doing. She was like, I could probably do a year to 2, but I'm not doing nothing past that. Like my life is not going to stop because you fucked up. I said,
But I also been single for 3 years, and bitch, it's not like what are we rushing? Like, it's not like from what I see. So
and it also depends on what nigga you dealing with too.
that's what I'm saying. It's a stand up. It's
But seeing them niggas
Not-
do come home and then forget about the bitches I was here for. Because now you back in the street, now you back, I gotta get my paper. Like we've seen it a million times. So it's kind of, that was her point. She was like, niggas come home and shit on bitches and they be trying to act like they don't know who's there. I'm not gonna be one of them. I'm not mad at you.
I also feel like it also depends on how he was before that. Like, let's do our homework on how he was before that. If he kind of did his little thing.
No. What if he was not doing his thing?
What if you went through the phone and saw a little petty stuff? And he wasn't
What's
doing his thing, like flirting, texting.
That's doing your thing. Because why the fuck are you doing that? You know how I feel about cheaters. We're not doing that. That's cheating.
What's cheating?
Flirting.
Like flirting?
You want to give an example? Go ahead.
Like, so if you're in a relationship, he's in jail, you go out to the club with your friends, get drunk, whatever, and someone's at the bar talking to you and he's cool, whatever, you get his number.
Cheating.
You cheated.
You cheated. You don't know if that was that man.
Yeah, well, I mean, what the fuck? What
You don't know that.
if you was out of town? Like,
I
I'm
don't
not even
care.
talking about local shit. Like, I'm talking about out of town.
Nah, you doing too much. You doing
Vacation, something. Like,
If I'm out-
something
if I'm-
petty, you know you're not gonna.
If I'm in jail, if
Not
I'm
gonna further
in some
it.
bitch face, you cheated.
If we. If we on vacation.
You gonna tell him?
No.
Why you holding it?
But that's what I'm saying. Let me say what I was
Okay.
saying. If we on vacation, if me and you on vacation for my birthday in Dominican Republic, and we're at the bar, we all get drunk, whatever.
Your nigga in jail?
And a guy get your nigga in jail,
Oh,
and it's my birthday, and your nigga in jail, and a guy at the bar, whatever, y'all talk, whatever. You get his number. You know we're about to go home tomorrow. You're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna get up with him. You're not gonna chill with him. You're not gonna have sex.
so what
with
was
him.
putting me against?
You're drunk. You just vibing. He was good. He was laughing, funny, cool, whatever. Yeah. Oh. You know you're not gonna have sex. You did nothing. Now you cheated. Now you're a cheater.
You doing a lot. What you get that man number for? That's what you gonna say. What I'm supposed to say? I was not. So you're like, oh, so you can't hold your look at
You're
that.
gonna tell him that I'm not. Yo.
When I'm riding with a bit, I'm riding with a bit. Like I'm not.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm right. I'm not saying, but I'm saying we're talking about cheating. I'm saying that's labeled as cheating.
If
That one.
If you with a dude and your dude go get a shorty number at the bar, that's you cool with.
on some real shit, I'm realistic. I don't consider. I'm not cool with it, but you didn't cheat.
So what you
I
gonna
would have
say?
been like, "Fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do that?"
Yeah, why would you do that?
I would do all of that, but you didn't. I'm not gonna be a cheater. Wow, you're cheating on me.
It might go a little bit further.
I'm not gonna say
I'm
you're
looking at
cheating
you
on
funny.
me.
Now I'm looking at you funny because what was you
Yeah,
doing?
no, I'm doing all of that. I'm with all of that, but I'm saying to be like you're a cheater and you cheated. I'm not doing it.
All right, cool. All right. We're not gonna say cheater. And
No, you
cheater.
don't hold it back.
I
That's what
just
you said.
don't. I
You
don't-
said
I don't
what you
like none of
said.
that. I
You
don't like
agree with it. That you think that's a
I
cheater.
don't like none. You're doing too much now.
That I feel like that's extreme. Like you're doing too much and you're being
Doing too much.
disrespectful, but you
What
a
the fuck you
cheater.
got a number for?
So dramatic.
Why did you get a number?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You shouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
we'll be
that's
honest.
corny. But yeah, so she was saying like, he why should I stop my life because you did something stupid? Like no, I'm not stopping my life for it. She was like, if another nigga come through and he got all his shit together, I'm rocking with it.
But
That's not my problem that you in jail.
What that reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of the Medea movie, The One Temptation. Was that
When
the one?
she went with the
Yeah, with the other thing, he was like everything
lavish,
was nice.
yeah.
Burnt her. The grass ain't always greener.
This is true.
So it's like you so quick to you might have fucked up a good thing and he coming out in a year and a half.
And then what?
And now you burnt. What about that? Clock that tea.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta know what you're dealing with.
So she said to me, she asked me, she was like, do you think that I'm out of pocket if I was asleep. I said, absolutely. I think you out of pocket because it was cool when he was fronting everything that he was fronting, make sure he was straight. You know what I mean?
No, write it out. Yeah, don't be there for the good times and spending money and going on trips and wear designer, and then when shit go left, don't get into the lifestyle if you're not for the lifestyle.
There we go.
Let's start there.
There we go.
Because that's not fair.
Because I would rather you keep it all the way G up front. Like, I really don't think that I don't think that I can do this.
Yeah, like that's
I don't think that I can do
for the guy. Like,
and if you can't, I'd rather you tell the nigga up front versus you try to figure it out and then you stop answering the phone.
That's so sad.
Because a lot go into it when you dealing with a nigga with a bitch.
Stop answering the phone. That's
Listen,
so wrong.
Some females do that.
At least have the conversation. Stand on business. What, is you scared?
I don't know.
Tell a nigga how you feel.
Right.
I can't listen. It's not working for me. Whatever. Don't just not answer. That's dirty.
I think they said like the call started to slow up and then she don't sound like excited to talk to you. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but just say how you feel though.
Don't get me wrong. Like doing a bid emotionally is a lot. Like it's a lot.
I've been there.
You know what I mean? Like it's not for everybody. I didn't have I had to learn the ins and outs of it. I could do a solid 5. Easy. I could do a solid 5.
That's gonna break down.
Yeah.
Goes by quick. It's been 5 years since COVID.
I can do a solid 5.
Stay busy.
It'll go by quick. It'll get rough, especially if he and his feelings about something and they calling you and you don't sound excited to talk to him or whatever, or you ain't.
But just don't do too much. If you're doing a bit, just don't do too much.
What you mean?
Don't like call me on some dark energy, arguing every day. You in the way now. Don't be like, uplifting, helpful with. Tell me about how whatever you're going through, I'll help you. We'll work through it together. Don't call me on no bullshit. I get real. You know how I am. I get real. Because I get in attack mode. What the fuck? And I just woke up, started my day. You calling me on some bullshit? Oh yeah, nah.
I wonder what.
Leaving your ass.
Yeah, I didn't have an experience.
Don't call
like
me
that.
on no bullshit. What?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to go into that, especially they around niggas all day.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's the case, it's all about speaking up. The moral story is speaking up. I feel like that's like the main thing. Because if, as a man, if you're going through whatever and it is dirty in there, is a lot of riots, is lockdown 24/1, like it gets crazy. Speak up. Talk about how you feel. Talk about like how it's affecting you. Don't just like be angry and like take it out on your. That's not fair. Don't take it out on nobody that's there for you.
Especially if I ain't never do it before. You gotta like have patience with her. Because not every female was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, don't take it out on her, period. If she's there, if she has everything, it don't matter. Don't take it out on her. That's not fair.
I'm saying like it's different when you've never done it. If a female's never done a bid before, you don't really know what to expect. It's more than just picking up the phone. You know what I mean? So yeah, take it. Be cool.
Work with each other.
Yes.
And don't get into no shit that you're not ready for. Yeah. I mean, we're at this age, like we're going out.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I feel like people do the other thing. They say they want something serious and they want this and that, whatever, and they go too fast. maybe they might not be ready for that. Then they fall in love and they start acting weird.
How so?
Because then it happened too fast. They fell in love and now it's like, oh my gosh, it's so fast. Motherfucker, you said that you wanted to fall in love. Now you fell in love. Why are you acting weird? That's fine, because now you're getting ghosted.
How are we acting weird? And why are we ghosting?
Because people don't know how to control their emotions sometimes. So sometimes people like to run away from everything because they just rather not speak about it because they don't know how to control their emotions.
Do you think at our age is cool to ghost? Oh, I gotta tell you where you got me fucked up at.
No, definitely number 2.
Right.
Why are you ghosting? That's crazy. Ghosting just randomly is crazy. Because it's like, I feel like you're scary. I feel like you're scary. That's the bottom line. Because why not tell? I'm telling you exactly how I feel. And then, after that, if you get blocked, whatever, I mean, you know how to call me unblocked. Like, you know how to email me. You know how to cash at me. So it's like, but I'm not just randomly ghosting you. You woke up and it's, I have abandonment issues. I can't do that to someone.
Understandable.
You reap what you sow.
Very much. Very
Get
much.
what you give.
Very much. At this grown age, communication should be, you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know how to communicate though. We're learning that. Shit that we think is common sense, it ain't really common sense.
So common. But it's so funny because some people think certain things are common sense, and that's not even common at all. Some people are like, "Oh, common sense. I don't fuck with my baby mom."
Really?
And I was like,
Really?
How is that common sense? No, people do that. People do, but how is that common sense?
Come again?
I don't know that.
No, come again. What? Huh?
Common sense. I don't fuck with my baby mother. Yeah, exactly. That's
So-
yeah.
So basically, all niggas don't fuck with their baby mothers?
No, someone said that. A person said that, but it's like when you say common sense is not so common, that's what they kind of were saying. They were like common sense, like I don't fuck with my baby mom. That's not common sense though. Let's not group common sense when it's not common sense.
I'm just trying to make sure he thought that was appropriate to say. You really think that that's common sense? How the fuck is that common sense?
You are very, very like not there mentally. The mental capacity is fading in the air for some people.
Common sense is how you don't
We
fuck
listen
with
and we don't judge, but the mind is not there with some people. It's in a different atmosphere.
Common sense is how you. I'm still. Common sense.
No, yeah,
is
no,
how
I was fucking
I
about
don't
it.
fuck with my baby.
I was so confused.
How am I supposed to?
I don't get it. That confused me.
So since I left you in a little bit of a,
Bubble.
yeah, would you talk to somebody else as a young child, or are you like?
So it's
no.
so funny because the child is like 5. So I mean, I feel like that's not considered like super young. I feel like under 5 is like, yeah, 3 to a baby. Absolutely not.
Okay,
Baby
so you-
newborn. You just left your baby shower? No.
You was okay. 5. Okay.
I could do now. Honestly, I rather like 7 and up.
10 and up.
Pretty much, but I ain't want it.
Yeah, 10 and up.
Cause mine is 13.
5 is a little.
Cause I was with
We kind of.
I was yeah. I was still kind of spinning at that time.
See what I'm saying?
Or 13. We just don't.
You'll never see it. You'll never see it.
I would rather eat my throw up and my shit.
I'd rather put a cactus up my ass before I ever spin with my kid's father.
That just sounds so.
I'd rather swallow glass.
That sounds so. No tea, no shade. Shade. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. That just sounds like so undoable.
I would
I
never.
can't, I can't believe it.
I would never.
I could never imagine.
No shade.
Shade.
Why is it shade?
Shade if it is shade. Shade if it's not. If it's not, I don't know.
No shade, like shitting on him, but no shade.
Like I'm not shitting on nobody, but I'm also not ducking. Shit gets weird. Shit gets very weird.
Yeah. Okay, so 7 and up for you. He has to be. His kids have to be.
I would rather.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But like yeah, like a baby like that's so a deal breaker.
There's that.
Damn, imagine if they had all the best qualities, all the good qualities. Baby.
What if like you in a relationship 5 years deep and then a girl comes up and says that your boyfriend is the father of her child? They do a DNA test and that is his kid. You'd be okay with it?
That's it.
That was before you.
Oh, before me? Oh, I'm around.
Okay.
I'm around. I love the kids. If it's before me, anything before me is like you didn't. It was before me. You didn't know me.
Okay.
Like what am I gonna?
Okay.
And it's not fair to the kid for me to be like selfish and be like, oh, because it's inconvenient. No. I welcome. It'll be difficult. The mother of the child is extremely difficult, but I'm never. The kids don't deserve.
So if the baby mother is extremely difficult, you still with it?
I am, but I'm gonna have to create boundaries because I
Okay.
know I'm crazy. So
Okay.
like I'm not gonna have Dylan's. Like we're not gonna do the drop off with me. You know. You know, we'll work it out.
Okay.
And that's when the dad kind of got to step in and be like, you know, do a better job at like communication because now you got to do your part to make sure things go smoothly because this is kind of your situation. I'm rocking with you because we're family, but you got to make sure you're the foundation. You got to make sure things are copacetic.
Would you trust him around her?
Absolutely, because I feel like if I'm 5 years deep with someone, at that point, absolutely. I don't deal with no cheating shit. I'll fuck around and deal with a lot of other things. But you know, the cheating thing is a very sensitive topic for me because of my older sister. So I don't do that.
So you will feel okay with him being around her because they're 5 years in?
And I trust him enough.
Okay.
I trust him enough.
Okay.
Unless he gave me a reason to not trust him. I give everyone a clean slate.
Okay.
If you gave me a reason to not trust you, if you've been by yourself with someone before and you've done something, absolutely not. That's your baby mom. There's too many emotions. I'm not doing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've never given me a reason, I got the password to your phone. You're like not even. I've never dealt with no female issues. I'm never gonna be like, you can't be with her. Like, I'm not insecure. But if people give you a reason, that's the reason.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know.
Before you? 5 years deep.
I'm thinking about the baby mother. I forgot all about that part real quick.
No, yeah. 5 years deep happened before you.
How old is
The
the
kid
baby?
is 6.
Ooh. Woo. Okay.
And he told you he wasn't in a relationship, but he was dealing with someone, and yeah, that was it.
Oh my God, that's so. That's
So it's like you knew about it.
like I knew there was a possibility.
No, like you know that
I
he was
didn't
dealing
know.
with somebody
Oh,
before
okay.
he met you.
Okay.
So it's like it's not crazy that someone gets pregnant
Okay.
because she lied about being on birth control.
Oh my God.
You know,
Why would
I'm very realistic.
lying about being on birth control is crazy.
Yeah, some bitches be trapping niggas.
Faking a pregnancy is crazy.
You never heard of like girls that's not on birth control and they be on top and they do the leg locking? I got a lot of homies and I got like brothers. They tell me like girls be the niggas gonna feel me with this one. They be leg locking and they're like, oh, I'm about to come, whatever, and they lock you, but so that you come in them.
So a dude told me that this girl tried to trap him like that, and he was like, God didn't want it to happen because she ended up losing the baby. So
Oh my God, I didn't want to time.
I was like,
But leg locking, yeah, that's a real
oh
thing.
my God.
Yeah, that's literally like rape. Like that's like you're forcing me. That's crazy. And I told you I didn't want to have a baby. We know our situation. I kept trying to get you to get off, and you locked me in, and then you didn't get rid of the baby. Are you fucking psycho?
So if a dude say, oh, this is great. So if a dude say, yo, you know that I don't want no baby, and would you keep it? Like if you was
I
pregnant?
literally got pregnant like that.
He said that he didn't want a baby.
But I told him I wasn't on birth control. I told him to pull out. I told him to wrap it up, whatever. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. In the beginning, I thought I couldn't get pregnant. But I kept it, whatever. It wasn't like, it was like maybe a few times. I was right after high school. So, my memory's a little
Right.
shot. But I was definitely vocal. I've always been vocal. You ain't do what you had to do. Now I got pregnant. My mom, I was fresh off high school. My mom her religion, she's against abortion. She said, if you get an abortion, I'm gonna disown you. We don't do that in this family. We don't get abortions. And she showed me a video. Bitch, I couldn't get an abortion. The video was yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
Dominican. Like she intense. I was like, wow, I could never kill my baby. What the fuck? So then when I told him, he was like, what? I said I didn't want to have a baby. You can't do that. Because now we got to be responsible at the end of the day. Because if I do, and I've had one abortion before, if I do get an abortion, one, you don't know, it could be health complications, blood clots, I could fuck around and die. I could be on medication. So many of us are on medication with our mental health. The medication can cause complications and a blood clot, and you can die on the table. So it's like, let's not use an abortion as just like, ooh, yeah, get an abortion. This is my health. And then when I do want to have a baby, I might fuck around and not be able to. So protect yourself. If you're not ready to do what you got to do, then be honest. Like if the girl do the leg lock and that's not fair, I get that. That's a setup. But if you're very open and vocal and you just dumping and you just being irresponsible and then you're like, whoa, we're not together. Let's not. That's not fair. Nah. I don't know.
Okay.
Not everybody can get an abortion.
Yeah,
That
a lot
fuck
of
you up.
it's a lot of reasons.
It's traumatic. And at the end of the day, it's traumatic. That one abortion that I got, yes, like I knew it was for the best for everyone's health and whatever, but that's still traumatic. I'm a mother. I've only been pregnant one other time and I had the baby. So it's like, do you think that didn't fuck with me?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm religious? That fucked with me with my religion.
Right.
I gotta pray for forgiveness. I do want to have more kids eventually. So it's like, that's a lot.
Yeah. That's something that is stuck with you forever.
With you. They go about their life, they do whatever they want with you. You remember that. When people ask you, how many pregnancy, you're always going to remember that.
Yeah, he can act as if he wasn't the one that had you pregnant.
He's going to forget.
There's so many things that dudes could do, which is fucking disgusting. Yeah, I've seen a lot of conversations about like dudes saying like, or females saying, I would never keep a baby if a nigga said that he didn't want a baby. Because I'm not about to be struggling. To each his own. I'm not.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, that kind of played a factor in why I got my abortion. Because it's like, if I see that things are, I'm not going to put myself in a position with 2 kids and then it's not fair to them.
Yeah.
And I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Because postpartum is real.
Very much so.
It's, all of that. And then I'm a runner. So I get 2 jobs. I do the business, this and that. So it's like, pregnant, having a newborn, you can't do that. So if I'm not going to have someone that's going to help me and help take care of me, I can't do all of that. I can't work 2 jobs and do the business and be pregnant and have a baby.
Just like, I don't know if you've seen of a little baby mother end up getting pregnant by a young basketball player. First baby mother's older than us. Maybe like 38-ish.
I thought you meant Jada.
No, the first one. And then the basketball player is like 27.
Oh, Nikki? That's not Lil Baby.
No.
Oh, okay. But Nikki, she's like...
I forgot her name.
With, swear I'm gonna go.
Oh, no, not that.
But that's Nikki's big father.
Yeah. So, I forgot Lil Baby's first baby mother. But anyway, she was messing around with some young basketball player and she ended up getting pregnant. And he was like, oh, no. She would text him like, do you hate me? He was like, yes, I do. She was like, well, I wanted to tell you I was pregnant. He was like, get the abortion. She was like, I'm not getting an abortion. It's not that easy. Like, he was like, I'll pay for it. Like, it's not a thing. Like, he has a lot of kids, but he is known for.
But that's what I'm saying. Having a lot of kids, like,
get rid of that kid.
Why the fuck would you create multiple broken households? Like, and I don't care what people say, money, I don't give a fuck. Money does not fund kids' happiness. You know what I'm saying? Because you could be poor, you could be nothing in the house. And if you have family and you have love and you have each other, them kids gonna grow up and they gonna fuck around and be a superstar.
Because kids just be wanting time.
Love,
you always gonna make that bread. But time, you can't get it back. Like, I hear a lot of baby mothers say, like, they wish they had, like, the baby fathers that was, like, well invested in there. And you call them as nothing, like, they coming up to the school, parents' conferences, or they take their kid. Like, some fathers just throw bread.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Money can't buy that.
You can't.
When a kid is having a concert and they know for a fact and they're talking to their friends and they're like, oh, yeah, my mom and dad are out there, whatever. Like, when a kid knows and they're looking out there and they're expecting it and they're seeing you and they're that support and that's a kid. That's pure. You could buy them 20,000 balloons and they can see the 20,000 balloons. You think they're gonna give a fuck about them balloons?
For a second. But it's not going.
It's not gonna be like you there. It's not gonna be like you there. You there is priceless. There, oh my, light up.
It's not a memory.
It could be you there. You get some pizza after $2. Like it doesn't have to be like
sports, graduation, everything. Those are memories.
Be there, and you can't go back. Once they hit teenage stage, baby, you didn't lose them, but like the pure compassion and like the sweetness of your kid and like the innocence.
Because I'm asking where you was at. Where you at? I know my mother gonna be there, but where you was at? Or I know my father was there, but where you was at as my mother.
And then that manifests in daddy issues, mommy issues, back to mental health. So it's like, yeah, because you think the whole time you think it's a money buy, whatever, but you wasn't there. So now their whole life is they're trying to replace that love that they never had. Their whole life, like the way that the way that you are as a kid definitely shapes you as an adult. If you choose to get therapy and get help and meditate and do whatever the case is, whatever healing, however that looks to you, then you evolve. But whatever you go through as a child, I feel like it completely shapes you.
Childhood trauma, like healing that trauma, is a whole different ballgame. Because you got to tap
Like
into shit
unlearning.
you got to tap into shit like you don't even want to go there. Like you think that's past. No, that shit is affecting you right now.
Yeah, because like I mentioned, like emotions and stuff, when you don't go through them, it's like a Ferris wheel. So it just keeps, it's gonna come back around. If you don't deal with that, you know, hurt or that, whatever, that abandonment from your childhood and whatever happened, you was left all alone and whatever, or your mom left you and you was adopted, whatever. If you don't deal with that pain and that hurt and heal that, it's gonna come back around over and over again.
And we'll know it. You can try to suppress it as long as you want to.
You
It'll
could
come
be,
back up.
you could be successful. You could be all that, and that's why rich people, some rich people, they, you know, commit suicide and whatever, and then you're like, wow, they were rich, like they had everything. They because they came back around. That's all it is. The demons came back around, and then you at some point when you don't deal with it, you feel defeated, and you just keep feeling defeated, and at the end point when you feel that defeated, you just don't feel anything, and that's the scary part.
Unfortunately, the camera died. Thank you for watching, bitches.